अब एक नया चैप्टर जो हम लोग पढ़ने जा रहे हैं दैट इज लोकोमोशन एंड मूवमेंट, है ना। आपको सभी को पता है कि डिफरेंट डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म जितने भी हैं, 10 टाइप ऑफ एनिमल्स हम लोगों ने अभी तक पढ़े हुए हैं। अब एनिमल्स का एग्जांपल मैं क्यों दे रहा हूँ, क्योंकि एनिमल्स जो हैं दे विल बी एबल टू मूव, दे विल बी एबल टू relocate themselves right by their own also with the help of some kind of agents also। तो ये जो 10 एनिमल की सब फाइलम आप लोगों ने पढ़ी है, पहले तो हम देखेंगे कि हाउ दीज काइंड ऑफ एनिमल्स विल बी एबल टू they will have what kind of locomotory organ they will have, and how they will be able to move, because some organisms will be there on this earth, they don't have a specific kind of, you can say, a kind of locomotory organ, but still they are able to move. That also we need to understand. And when we are talking about these locomotory organ which will help them to move from one place to the another, so how these locomotory organs are made up of, that we need to understand. Okay, so to understand that, first we need to discuss that what kind of what is the meaning of locomotion, right? So if we talk about locomotion, so locomotion is what? It's an ability to move in a particular direction. Like if suppose you are moving in east direction, so this is a kind of motion, no? And east, if I'm telling you, that means we people are moving in some kind of atmospheric condition, in some kind of environmental condition, and it will require a kind of force to move in that direction. So this will be what? This can be what it will be. This will be called locomotion, right? And the force acting against it, because when you will move, air will be there. When you will move, air will be there in your environment, atmospheric condition, you can say. So you will have to cross, you will have to come in contact with the air, you will have to cut it, then only you will be able to move. That's why birds are able to move, birds are able to fly, huh? Why they will be able to fly? Because they are having aerodynamic body, streamlined body के बारे में you people have discussed, no? तो air को काटते हुए, if you are moving towards east direction, you need to apply some force on it. That means you are doing what a kind of movement you are showing, you people are showing locomotion, and this locomotion will be possible because of some kind of locomotory organ. What kind of locomotory organ you have? Like for example, your legs, these are a kind of locomotory organ. Dog is having 4 legs which will help them to move from one place to the another, huh? So second thing is movement. After locomotion, we need to discuss this movement also, that what is the meaning of movement. So when we talk about the movement, so this will be the movement of your body, and it will be performed by all the living kind of living organisms. Different kind of living organisms will be there, and they all will be able to move, including plants, because plants are also showing some kind of movement, you know. I think some of you remember about movement towards light. I hope you people remember the term behind these line. So movement towards the light, huh? Movement towards light. Second is movement towards water. Then movement towards any kind of chemical, and movement towards gravity. So we know this thing, that these 4 points or these 4 type of movement, right? Not only these 4 type of movement will be shown by the plant, but one more will be there, that is known as nestic movement. I hope you remember this. You have nestic movement. These four movements will be temporarily, this four movements will be permanent, right? This cannot be reversed. Why? Because like if suppose if any part of a plant is moving, is showing growth towards the gravity, what part it will be? It will be root. What it will be? It will be root. So this root is showing movement towards the gravity. Why? Because this root want to go away from the root, from the light. If it will be there in the presence of light, root won't be able to move, root won't be able to show growth, right? So this kind of movement will be shown by gravity. Second movement which will be shown by the plant is chemical movement, right? Chemical movement, whenever pollen grains will be there, pollen grains. So when we are talking about these pollen grains, they will land on the stigma. Where they will land? They will land on the stigma, and after landing on the stigma, these pollen grain will start moving towards the ovary. From the stigma, they will move towards the ovary. So how they will get to know this thing that okay, we need to move in lower direction, we need to go in this direction, then only we will be able to reach to ovary. How they will get to know this? Because you people know this thing that in that ovary some kind of chemical will be there that is going to attract these pollen grain towards them, and because of this only this permanent movement will be shown by the pollen grains, right? This is also a kind of movement shown by the plants. So this is also a kind of movement, right? You will have to remember. So these four, like movement towards the water, this will also be shown by your root. Movement towards the light, it will be shown by stem part. It will be shown by stem of a plant. So that will be because of some kind of hormones over there. You people remember that auxin will be there. Auxin, I hope you remember. Auxin is the hormone which will be there in the plant, and it will be responsible for the rapid division of cells and the tissues over there, and because of that only stem or the upper part of the plant will be able to show growth. Not only this, auxin will be effective against the stem part, it will be useful for the roots also, right? So this we know. So these four movements which we have discussed, the movement towards the light, the movement towards water, the movement towards chemical, and the movement towards gravity, these four kind of movement, these are permanent movement, right? This cannot be reversed, right? If they will show growth towards that, after that they won't be able to take their step back. But if we are talking about nestic movement, these nestic movement, you can say, like for example, touch me not, right? Whenever you will touch it, they are going to close their leaves. Why? Because this will be because of the movement of water inside the leaves and that particular branch over there. But here we can say this thing that this nestic movement is a temporary movement. So a kind of movements we have discussed, and all the living organisms, not only the plants but animals also, living organisms, whatever it will be a plant or an animal, they will be able to show a kind of movement, right? So now you have discussed about locomotion. What is the meaning of locomotion? Locomotion is what, like if I am moving in this direction, so I will have to cut the air which is there in my surrounding environment, in my environmental condition, I will have to cut it. Then I will have to apply some force to move towards that direction. So this will be movement. All the organisms which are having locomotory organ, they will be able to do this. But some kind of microbes, for example, any kind of virus, bacteria, whatever it is, they will need a kind of medium to move. That they can take the help with the air, water, and some kind of other animals also. So this you people know that movement, what is the movement and the meaning of locomotion, that is clear to you. Now if we are talking about the animals, right? So animals are also able to move. They will be able to move their internal and external, both the kind of parts in their body. Which part you are able to move outside the body? Your hand, your head, your legs, your nose, your lips, your tongue also. So there will be a specific reason to move that particular part of your body when it is outside the body, or external body parts you can say. And some internal body parts are also there. They also need to, you won't be able to control that particular part, but still that part will need a kind of movement, and that can be possible because of your brain, because your brain will be able to control it. That also we are going to discuss that how this thing will be possible, right? So internal and external, these two things we have seen, no? So now let us discuss about one by one, like what kind of internal organ and what kind of external organ we will have to move, or what will be the purpose behind that. So purpose behind the movement of external body parts. So first is to collect the information. What kind of information they want to collect? Like if we are talking about if we are talking about any kind of cat, so that particular cat is, if she is trying to listen to you, she is going to aware, whenever she will get aware, that whenever she will get to know this thing, okay, someone is there in my surrounding, she will be attentive. She will move her ears also. So that cat will be responsible. That cat will be responsible for what? This will be responsible for the movement over there, just to collect the information, just to gather the information. That is the reason over there. Second is maintain the equilibrium in the body. Equilibrium means what? The thing which is there inside the body and outside the body, you will have to maintain a kind of equal balance over there. So your internal body part, we people know, okay, you will be able to remember, okay, kidney will be responsible for this, but which part will be there which will responsible for external movement over there? Okay, so just to maintain a equilibrium over there, you will have to move your body. Like if suppose you are not feeling well, if you are feeling too much hot, the temperature is getting too much warm over there, that atmospheric condition is not well enough for you. So what you will do, you will turn on your AC, you will turn on the fan, you may turn on the cooler also. So that will be the thing, and by a kind of movement you will be able to maintain an equilibrium, right? Third is locomotion. If I want to move, I will have to show the movement of my legs and the muscles also. So for the locomotion, it will be needed capturing and ingesting food. If suppose still you are living in a forest, you will have to go and you will have to catch an animal. If you will have to catch an animal, what you will have to do? You will have to throw a spear to kill that organism or animal, right? So after that only you will be able to capture it. After that only you will be able to get your food. Just like that, other animals like lion, cat or other predators, they will attack on their prey and they will get their food. And when we are talking about you, so you will have to eat your food, you will have to put it in the body, in your mouth you will have to put, and then you will be able to digest it, then you will be able to chew it. So this will be ingestion, right? So for the ingestion and capturing the food, you will have to show some movement of your external body parts. Third is breathing. Yes, you will have to take a proper breathe, then only you will be able to, you will have to show some kind of movement, then only you will be able to breathe properly. And exhale also. Breathing is not only the thing like inhale or exhale, both the things together, inhale and exhale, this thing together is known as breathing, right? So these two activities or movement will be there, inhale and exhale. These two things are there. Okay, so this is breathing. Then purpose of movement of internal body parts. So these external body parts, the movement of external body parts we have seen. Now we need to know about the internal parts of the body. So first is circulation of the blood. For the circulation of blood, you people know this thing that heart is responsible for this. Heart will have to pump the blood, है ना? Pump in and pump out. These two things your heart will have to do, then only this will be possible. If we are talking about your vein, so inside the vein also some kind of valve will be there, and the movement of valve you will be able to see in the veins only, because these will not be there in the arteries. So it means these are what? These are your internal body parts. These are the internal body parts, and it's a kind of movement only. This is the thing. Next is gaseous exchange. Your diaphragm will be there just below, just beneath your lungs, and because of that movement of the diaphragm, your lungs will be able to hold air, and whenever it will tries to come in the original condition again, you will have to breathe out, right? So for the exchange of gases, you will have to do this. You will have to move your internal body parts, peristalsis also, right? Whenever you will move your external body parts, and after that there should be a link between your external and internal parts of the body. So both the thing will be there. If you are putting that food in your mouth, if you are ingesting it, then what you will have to do? You will have to show peristalsis. You will have to. It can be shown by your food pipe, esophagus, right? So esophagus will show peristalsis, and because of that only, the passage that will be the passage of food, or the food will be able to reach for the other process of digestion over there towards the digestive system. It will have to move. So this will also be possible. This you will have to show, and all the living organisms are showing, not only for the food but for the removal of waste material also. For the removal of waste, and urine too. So urine, if you want to excrete out, you will have to show some kind of internal body parts movement, and then only it will be possible. If you want to excrete out waste material out from the body, if you want to remove out any kind of you can say nitrogenous waste from the body, then this you will have to do. Next is the movement of gametes. Like for example, if we are talking about any female reproductive system also, so ovary, this ovary part is responsible for the production of egg. We all know this. And this ovary, whenever it will produce egg, no, so this will be catched by the fibri over here, and it will be taken out towards the oviduct. Oviduct will catch it, and then this egg will start moving towards the, after fertilization, it will start moving towards the uterus, because the process of fertilization will take place in this fallopian tube only. So this is also possible. This is also kind of, you can say, whenever the internal body parts will move, they will be responsible for these kind of things. So genital tract and the movement of the fetus also inside your uterus, this is also kind of movement. And these cells over here, these are the sperm cells, bacho. These are sperm cells, and they are trying to enter inside the ova or egg cell. So they are also, these sperm cells are also showing a kind of movement, but when we are talking about this egg cell, so this egg cell will be able to move inside the fallopian tube. It will be because of what? It will be because of this tissue movement over there, right? Some kind of tissues will be there, and that tissue will be responsible for this. Next is there are three kind of movement which are shown by the body parts inside your body. There are three different kinds of movement. First movement is amoeboid movement, second is ciliary movement, and third is muscular movement. So why we are dividing these kind of, why we are classifying these kind of movement into these three parts, these three sub classification? Because the tissue and the cells which are there inside your body, it will be possible for them to move because of some kind of movement. They are able to show a kind of movement, or we will relate that movement with some other kind of organism. Like if they are showing movement like a amoeba, so it will be a amoeboid movement. If they are having cilia, cilia means what? A kind of like suppose this is a bacterial cell and it contains this kind of hair-like structure on it. So these hair-like structure will be called cilia. So with the help of cilia, organism, if the organism is able to move, so that type of movement will be known as ciliary movement. And muscular movement, you people know that the thing will be able to move, or a kind of movement which will be shown or by the muscle or for the muscle, so that will be muscular movement, right? So now let us see these kind of movement with the help of examples. The first example which is given over here is amoeboid movement. So amoeboid movement is temporarily shown by the protoplasmic outgrowth, like whenever they will try to move, no, like for example over here, this is your macrophage, which is showing a kind of phagocytosis over there. So phagocytosis it will show, and this you can see over here, these are the bacterial cell, these are the bacteria. They are trying to attack on it, they are trying to engulf this bacteria so the infection will not occur. So the movement which is shown by the macrophage is just similar to amoeba. If they want to move, they will have to make a pseudopodia. They will have to make a pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false feet. What it is? False feet. So this will be pseudopodia. This can be called pseudopodia. So amoeba, macrophages, leukocyte, these kind of cells will show this, and cycloskeleton like microfilaments, they will also be responsible to show this kind of amoeboid movement. Okay, amoeboid we have seen. Now ciliary movement, Bacho. So ciliary movement, I told you, some kind of cilial kind of or hair-like structures will be there. So whenever hair-like structure present on any cell, what they will be able to show? They will be able to show this kind of movement only, which you people are able to see in this picture. The hair-like structures which are showing movement over here, these are the cilia, and where it will be located? It will be located in the different part of your body. Like for example, whenever we will talk about the ova, we have just seen the example over there. Like let me also show you again that the same thing over here with the help of diagram, so you will be able to remember. So here this ovary will be there, and we know this thing that the ovary is responsible for the production of egg. So whenever it will be responsible to produce egg, how this egg will be able to reach over here? This egg will be able to reach over here with the help of cilia which are here. cilia which will be there on the wall of oviduct. So this is the oviduct over here, and the head-like structures which are here on the wall, internal wall of this oviduct will be responsible to catch, to hold and to move this egg to the particular or a fixed site where the process of fertilization will take place. So where it is going to take place? Over here in the fallopian tube. So you can say this thing, that ciliary movement can be shown by the passage which is there in the oviduct, and not only in the oviduct, it will be there, it will be shown by the different reproductive tract and other parts of the body where ciliated epithelial tissue will be there. Because we know this thing, we have just discussed before this chapter that the tissue which will be there, for example, this one, these are the tissue over here. Let us see that diagram once again, so you will be able to understand that what kind of tissue it will be. So these are the tissue, and their nucleus will be like this. If these cells are having these kind of head-like structure, which is known as cilia, so whenever these head-like structures will move, the thing which will be there on the surface of these tissue or cells will also start moving. Like when we talk about digestive system also, so over there in the digestive system, continuously mucus production will take place, and to move that mucus over there, these cilia will have to show a kind of movement, and this will be known as, this will be possible because of ciliated epithelium, right? So this is what ciliary movement. I think this is also clear to you. Third is muscular movement. So muscular movement, it will be possible because of your muscles only. When you will go to the gym, you will start doing workout with the help of machines or whatever push-ups you will do. So what you are actually doing, you are doing, or you are showing a kind of movement which is known as muscular movement, and this muscular movement will be this muscles will be able to show this kind of movement because of the property of to get contracted and to relax. So where are these muscles actually located? These are located in your limbs, in your jaw, in your tongue also, and because of that, these parts will be able to show a kind of movement. So the movement which is shown by the muscles which are located in the different part of your body are showing what? Muscular movement. And around 80% of the body mass is occupied by your muscles only, right? This also you will have to remember. Three types of muscle movement we have seen, we have discussed just right now. Amoeboid movement, second was ciliary movement, and third is muscular movement, right? These three are the movement which are shown by the tissue, the muscles, and the internal and external part of your body, right? So this is clear to you. Now the types of movement in humans, right? That was also a kind of movement, but now we are going to discuss more about these movement. अब अलग-अलग तरह के movement we need to discuss. Amoeboid movement that we have seen, like whenever any cell which will be there, and if it is showing a movement just like a amoeba, that will be known as amoeboid. Ciliary also, it is clear to you. If any cilia will be present on the cell or any kind of organism, with the help of that they will be able to show a kind of movement. उसके बाद में we have seen muscular movement also. Muscular movement, जैसे if I am explaining this topic to you, I am using my jaws, है ना, और these jaws are helping me to speak properly, and whenever I will try to enjoy my food and my lunch or dinner, whatever things I will eat, to eat that thing also muscles will be very much important. or इसीलिए we can say that this can be called muscular movement, right? Now, one by one, we are going to explore them much more in detail, and you will get to know that this one, like for example, this is the macrophage over here. The same example we are taking, and see you over here in this picture, you will be able to get to see these green particles which you people are able to see are bacterial cells, and they are moving in your body. And whenever this macrophage will come over there, this will be able to do what? This will be able to engulf them, right? Because this kind of cell, it belong to your immune system, it's a part of your immune system. So whenever it will move, see this kind of food, or you can say false food, which is also known as pseudopodia, right? This kind of pseudopodia they will form, and because of this they will be able to show a kind of movement in a particular kind of direction, or a manner. What type of cells will show? So amoeba, macrophages we have seen, leukocyte also. Leukocyte is also showing the same kind of function in your body, bachcho. So they will also show the same kind of movement. Now, cycloskeletal element like microfilaments which are there, like whenever you will talk about your muscles, you will get to know about your microfilaments, and these are involved in the amoeboid movement, right? These are responsible for amoeboid movement. So these are the tissues over here. You can see if you are talking about the ciliary movement which will occur inside the body. So what kind of movement they are showing? They are showing that the internal body parts or the tubes which are there inside the body will be responsible to move these cilia inside it. And whenever these cilia will show a kind of movement, so you can see the particles which are roaming on the surface of these cilia will be able to move very easily, है ना? ये कुछ वैसा लगेगा like people which are standing over here and they will be able to hold the singer. कई बार आपने live concert में you have seen this thing कि जो public होती है they are going to they will hold the singer or whatever kind of actor or actress it will be, he or she will be. So वो उसको उठा लेते हैं. Just like that, these cilia are responsible to hold the thing, है ना? So this is possible, this kind of movement is possible because of ciliated epithelial, बच्चों. उसके बाद में passage of ova की बात हमने अभी की थी. So this passage of ova in the female reproductive tract will also show this kind of ciliary movement to move muscles, to move what? No, I said muscles. To move egg cell over there. Now muscular movement, it will be because of the movement of your muscles only. Like for example, if you are trying to achieve something, if you are trying to bite someone, so these kind of muscles which will be there, they are responsible for it. And to hold your teeth also, these muscles will be there on the on your jaw side, no, which will be very much helpful for you to show this kind of muscular movement. और कौन से organ है which are showing this? So limbs, tongue and your jaw. This you will have to remember, बच्चों. उसके बाद में locomotion and the different kinds of animal. Like I told you in the beginning of this chapter that there are 10 kind of animals. So we are going to discuss about all these kind of 10 subphylum of animals, and you will get to know that how they will be able to move, because you have seen the classification of these kind of animals, but you haven't seen that what kind of locomotory organ they have. You might have heard about them, but let us discuss that. Protozoa. These are the organisms which will be able to show locomotion because of what? Because of the cilia, because of the flagella which will be there on their body, and pseudopodia they will be able to form. So cilia, you can see this is euglena, right? This is euglena, and this is a kind of bacteria which contain this hair-like structure over here. This is flagella. This is So with the help of these flagella, they will be able to move this flagella in a reverse and the forward direction, and they will be able to go in reverse or maybe in a forward direction, but they won't be able to move they won't be able to take a U-turn over there. So pseudopodia, flagella and cilia will be this kind of these organisms over here will have these kind of locomotory organ, and because of that only they will be able to show movement. Second, porifera. So this over here, you people are able to see this, whatever you will talk about, whatever kind of organism it will be, they always remain attached to the specific surface over there, right? And whenever it will remain attached over there, so they will not need any kind of locomotory organ. So they don't have any kind of locomotory organ over there to show kind of movement, but they are having canal system in their body. They are having canal portal system. Canal portal system will be there in their body. You can see that they are pouring a kind of color over there, and how this color is going to move, that you can observe that it will be able to enter inside these kind of cylindrical chambers over there, and this shows that this kind of animal, this kind of organism contain such kind of circulatory system. Now next is coelentrates, है ना? Coelentrates, how they will be able to move, जिसका example you people know, starfish, है ना? So these kind of organisms are having epidermal muscle fibers, and with the help of that they will be able to show a kind of movement. So by just contracting and relaxing these muscle fibers, they will be able to show a movement. See how this jellyfish will be able to show this movement. तो देखिए जैसे she is trying to contract and relax the muscle fibers which are there in the body, and with the help of that she will be able to pull the water back, and she will be able to go in a forward direction. So this is the thing. Following type of movement will be shown by the coelentrates. So not only this starfish, but if we are talking like why they need to show this kind of movement, because we have seen that the porifera, they were not showing any kind of movement, but these kind of animals, coelentrates, they are showing. So just for the swimming. Second, for floating on the surface of the water, they will have to show this kind of movement. Second, surfacing also, just to move over there on the surface of the water, they will have to show this movement. Second, fourth is climbing, just to climb up, they will have to climb up, and for that they will need these kind of muscle fibers, so they will show this movement. Walking, some of them will be able to walk on the bottom of the water or sea level, so just for the walking also and gliding also, if they want to glide on in the water, this kind of movement they will have to show, which will be very much important for them. Somersaulting, they will have to, just to catch the prey, they will have to move like that, they will have to show some kind of kartab, you can say over there, so somersaults they will show, and they will be able to move. Next is looping. If they want to catch their prey, they will have to make a loop over there, they will have to cover the things, and that by that only they will be able to get their food. Bending, swaying movement, such kind of movement, different kinds of movement will be required according to the different situation, they will have to show this kind of movement. बच्चों, next is helimanth, है ना? Helimanth मतलब आपके platyhelminthes, which will be flat from the lower side, and they also in the only these adults will be able to move, because some of them are parasitic in nature. If they are parasitic in nature, they will have to move from one part of the body to the another part of the body. Why they need to move? Because they will have to get adhered, they will have to get attached to the body of any other organism over there, then only this will be possible. So a example is given on your screen, that is Meracidia, which is a larva, and it will remain attached over there, but with the help of cilia, which is here on the surface of this larva, this larva will be able to move and it will get attached to the surface, because these kind of organisms are showing parasitic nature. And after that, Ascaris, this is also a kind of parasitic organism, bacho. But how this kind of organism will be able to move? If you will see their body, you will be able to get to see that the outermost layer of their body, this one, which is known as cuticle layer. So this cuticle layer is responsible for the movement of their body, and just because of this cuticle layer only, they will be able to show this movement, and around 50% of locomotion will be possible because of this, because of their cuticle fiber. Planaria. So planaria is not a kind of, you can say, parasitic organism, but they are having cilia on their body and some muscles which will help them to move. You can see in this direction, these organisms are also having false eye, but they won't be able to see the things properly. उनकी आंखें वैसी काम नहीं कर रही है which जैसी आपकी आंखें करती है. So the thing is, what kind of movement they are showing? They are showing movement because of their muscles and the cilia which are present on their body. Annelids, segmented body organisms. So earthworm, how these organisms are able to move? Because Nereis, leech, and this earthworm also, they all belong to these annelids, and what kind of movement they are showing? They will be able to use their circular muscles also. You can see this, these are the circular muscles over here, the round one, and these are their longitudinal muscles. So longitudinal muscles and circular muscles, both the kind of muscles they will have to use, and by using these two kind of muscles, they will be able to show such kind of movement which you people are able to see in this picture. So why, if next time whenever you will see any kind of annelid, now after that you will be able to get to know that because of this circular muscle and longitudinal muscle, these organisms are able to move. Okay, so these are the movements shown by annelids. Next is, okay, parapodia also we need to discuss. See, Nereis, leech and earthworm, if we are talking about them, so they will have a kind of surface on their body, a kind of some kind of hair-like structure on the body which will be responsible for the movement. Like over here, setae, you will be able to see, and because of not only because of that circular and the longitudinal muscles over there, these segments contain such kind of hair-like structures which is known as setae, and because of that they will be able to move. And how they have if we are talking about these hair-like structures, so why they are having and how these organisms are able to develop it, it will be because of adaptation only. This parapodia is developed on their body and they are able to move. Arthropods की बात करें, so arthropods are having wings also. You can see this cockroach, any other kind of organism like which are having a segmented body or this kind of body, or exoskeleton if they have, so they all will belong to the arthropods. Arthropods जो कि सबसे बड़ी सब phylum है बच्चों, and they all are having some kind of locomotory organ. आप देख सकते हैं they are having leg also, joint leg they will have, and they will have a pair of wings also, but there will be two pairs of wings. First wing will be for the protection. First wing pair will be for the protection, and the second wing pair which you people are able to see over here, this is the hind wing. So hind wing, which is transparent, and this is only responsible for the movement. right? So you can say these organisms, arthropods, are having legs also, joint leg they will have, paired leg they will have, and they will have a pair of wings also. Next is if you have discussed about arthropods, so we need to discuss about that cockroach, housefly, and other arthropods. They all are having wings, and you can say joint appendages, right? This word also you can use, joint appendages. So with the help of that, they will be able to move, they will be able to walk on the land also, bade aaram se they will be able to move, and whenever it will be needed, they will be able to take a flight also. So arthropods. Prawn, if we talk about, because these kind of organism, they also belong to arthropods only. क्यों ये belong करते हैं इस category से? Because they are having exoskeleton. Skeleton. बाहर की जो covering है, it will be much more harder, and they don't have any kind of bone in their body, so they are having exoskeleton. And they like if we are talking about this Indian scorpion, so they are having 4 pairs of walking leg, and because of that they will be able to walk very easily. And these prawns also, they will be also able to crawl on the bottom of the water or sea. It will be because of their paired appendages. Next is mollusk. Phyla, prawn we have seen. Now phyla and the snail we need to discuss. Like some of them have developed some kind of food, some are having some kind of special organ. Like if we are talking about this snail over here, so this contain a compressed foot over here. इसके कुछ muscles है which are helping them to move over there on any kind of surface, and the muscles which are there, it will be much more stuffed. काफ़ी ज़्यादा stuffed होंगे, काफ़ी ज़्यादा hard वो हो जाते हैं, लेकिन some of them are able to develop around 8 to 10 arms on their body, and with the help of that they will be able to move in the water, they will be able to walk also. Like for example sepia, loligo, and octopus. These organisms are also, they also belong to mollusk. आपने mollusk में या prawn में या फिर snail में you have, if you have performed any kind of dissection or any kind of experiment on them, so if you will turn them, you will be able to see the hard part at the base of their body. That will be the food part. Let me show you that picture. Over here you will be able to see this thing. This is the food part of their body. With the help of that, they will be able to move very easily on any kind of surface, and this will be their locomotory organ. Onio and phyla both are having this kind of foot which will help them in the locomotion. Neopilina, or a kind of mollusk it will be, which will also contain the same kind of food on their body. This I told you. Echinoderms, which are having spiny body, right? They are what they will be able to use, जैसे hydraulic pressure होता है या water vascular system होता है, by using them these kind of organisms will be able to move. जैसे starfish जो है, it will be able to show movement. उसके बाद में आते हैं vertebrates. You people know, you also belong to vertebrates, and these vertebrates are having skeletal system. अब अंदर bones आ गई हैं. Now outer covering will be soft. अंदर जो beam column है और some kind of rods which are there inside the body, it will be much more stronger. Muscles इनकी body में होंगे, and with the help of that these organisms will be able to walk and run, and whatever they want to do they will be able to do. So they are having a proper locomotory organ, and with the help of that you can say this category, this last category, is much more advanced as compared to the other kind of organisms, right? So these are the vertebrates.